Okay. So we have a schematic. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. 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 Having it take up only a portion of the screen significantly reduces the motion effect. I mean, I could do big cam and then like a quarter view at this. I just don't know how helpful it would be for you. And it probably wouldn't give us very good footage to use. I don't know. Does the clockwise scribble connect to the counterclockwise scribble or to the up and down scribble? It's really hard to say. Verify. Old harness igniter. Okay, good, good. All right, well, let's ensure we have what we need. So we have gotten these two here. So we got ourselves a different igniter and some kind of module adapter. Plug and play, but not plug and play for our car. Yeah, which valve? Okay, I'm actually gonna have to get my phone out to look at the real one. You've seen those before for Z31s. Apparently, we're gonna be able to do the same trick for this car, but it's gonna have to be modified a little. Yeah, I think the light gray is, I think that's representing the electrical fire. All right, let me pull up. Let me pull up the last good edition of that. I should have done that before we got this far. Did he pin it like a good boy? Sure didn't. Maybe he put it in the drive. Let's see. Please no Doc's phone. I don't think he did. I don't think he did. I don't think he did. What's ZK DMing you that's that long? Secrets. I got some scrolling to do. How's everybody doing today? It's pinned now. Ah. Okay. Okay. This isn't the right one, but it's better than nothing. Do you have one that has this part without the scribble by chance? What did I do or not do? Did not put the schematics in the docs folder or in the drive. Thank you. Sorry, today has been, life is chaos and madness. Please excuse me for not being prepared. I also want to wear my gloves because it's a little chilly. And I threw away my heater because it got flooded. You know, close the door. If I get the car to run, you know, make some heat in here. Ooh, it does get choppy when I'm on the run, huh? That probably doesn't help. Maybe I should just ditch it, huh? Maybe I should just not use this tonight. Gosh, it would be so good though. It would be so good. New pin, excellent. These gloves don't have. Ooh, okay. So that's our old setup. Harness, igniter, coil. Are you working or are you dead? They're in content for now. Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you. You good? Ha. Okay. So there's the beast of the east down there. That harness is black and white, blue and white, and a ground. Harness into igniter into coil should be the setup. So let's look at that coil, which is this one. I guess it doesn't matter which one it is. Could you walk slower? I could try. So basically you like it when I'm like in the car, but you don't like it when I'm walking around. I wonder if there's any fixing that. Like maybe, but I don't know. Okay, that doesn't quite look like the same as what he describes there. That's all we have. We also have this one, which is blue and black and white. That's the one that has the tack signal on it. I thought we determined that this one's the exhaust side and this one's the intake. Do I have that backwards? Rip out the wires of the one you destroyed already. Oh, what did I do with the destroyed one? What did I do with the destroyed one? Oh, it's on the floor. Okay. All right. I'm seeing enough griping about it that I think I'm just gonna bail on this for tonight. We'll try it some other time. And are you on, or did you die? You died, okay. Here. The intake one is the top one with the tack wire. Oh. Okay, so that's correct then. I had them backwards. Yeah, you are dead. Oh right, I can shrink this one. Put it in the engine bay. It's not going to be a great view, but it'll work. Okay. That should do it. I'm gonna bring you down a little bit. All right. shouldn't be the case, that blitzer. Weird. We'll have to do an experiment day some other day. Okay. So what Ca18et is old. You can't see that. Old is harness of blue and black going into the igniter, and then blue and black coming out of the igniter and going to the coil. And then the other blue going to the tach signal. And that is exactly what we have here. So this part is the part that goes to the coil. Like so. Kurt really just got live. Who cares? Who cares? I don't think anyone's really going to be watching this anyway. So we're doing this for me, okay? This isn't a series for you. This is a series for me. Okay. Igniter. I mean, that does seem like that is how it is. The shoe fits. So what we will need is male spades for the harness. Blue wire coming out of the harness and going into one side of the igniter. Yeah, it is odd how it happens so frequently, but you know, we both just basically stream at the same time. That's just how it is. I would have streamed earlier if the mail had come on time, but it didn't, and that's just how it is. Okay, so we got two black and a blue coming out of this. Which is not at all what he has on the drawing. Well, okay. That might be fine. Maybe. How goes it here? Is there a way to see? Well, in there, we've got like, here. There's like a dividing line. So you see how there's like that piece in there that divides it out? That's probably intentional, so that one that's divided out must be a particular signal. So it might be ECU, and then ground, and then coil. But that's, even that one's not the same. Oh, it is, yeah. The middle one is black. But the left side one is blue, and the right side one is black. The one divided is pin 1, which is the ECU. I drew the divider on the chart. Oh, you did draw the divider on the chart. I see it now. Okay. So that clears that up. So, from what I can gather, this end of this connector is out of here. We're not going to use this end because this blue wire is going to go to ECU. The black wire is going to go to a body ground, which I find to be odd, but I guess we'll do that. And then the blue wire, I wish I could move my phone with these gloves on. Unsure of colors. Rewire, reverse plug. Okay, yes. Use your nose. That's actually not a bad idea. Okay. That doesn't sound too terribly complicated. All right, so I'm going to lop off the end of this connector that I so patiently waited for. I'm going to lop it off at a decent distance just in case I end up needing to use it. There. So that's enough for a couple attempts here. So this one needs a wire that goes to a male spade. And how are we going to mount this? How are we going to mount this? I'd like to do something just like they had it from the factory, but maybe in the future. But it's going to be close, is what I'm saying. So we're going to cut. I don't see any reason not to cut this off here and use the factory side of this harness as well. Might as well give you guys some vague idea of what we're talking about here. I don't need to include that. I can just show pictures in video if I need to. All right, so this is going to be going to the wire that's in the car. So we need to just go ahead and extend this wire out and put a male blade on it. It looks like a mechanical pencil sharpener. It kind of does, yeah. Where's the crank? All right. Let me find ideally some blue wire. That would be nice. Yeah. I'm really bummed that the camera was so weird. I guess it might work well in video. I found blue wire. It's a little rusty in the spot, but you know, whatever. It's blue wire. All right. How far does that have to go? Not very far. In fact, I'm gonna make a little jumper for it, just so we don't end up not being able to reach somewhere we want to mount that thing. So what does everybody think? Is it gonna run today? I think you'd fiddle with the mount and get it tuned. The motion didn't bother me that much. Yeah, the framiness is the awkward part. I just don't know. I don't know what to do to make it less framey. Block with your hand when you're moving a lot. That's hard to do because I'm like always. I'm like Adam Savage when I'm in the garage, you know. I'm on the move. I got places to be. %67 chance. I will take that. That's better than the odds I gave it. You know I would never remember to actually turn that back on, though. You know that in your dig dang heart. Hello? Crimpers, there you are. 69% chance. That's more like it. Heyo, how does it go? Sorry I didn't give people any advance on this stream. We were waiting on the mail to arrive, and then the mail arrived, and I had to get dinner going, so we're doing the best that we can. Where's my ECU warmer? I mean, heat gun. Just give you a big gap for now. Not just get it and see over there. Whatever. Yesterday I went to put a bed on my truck. Turns out it was a long bed and I needed a short bed. Wow, that's quite a surprise. Sure you didn't see that one coming. Like just the bed somebody sold you was the wrong one or something? Alright, that's good. Let's confirm that that connects in. It does pretty well. Alright, they sold me a short bed. Classic. Was this a Facebook Marketplace? The land of deception? Okay. Now, we need the same deal that goes to unsure of colors, but reverse plug. Unsure of colors, but reverse plug. Let me see the bigger version of that. Old wires taken out of old igniter. Yes. Yeah. So I assume that means that the black wire here is still going to straight to the harness. That's what I assume. Yeah, concept cars are no joke. Especially Dodges. Dodge had some pretty wild concept cars. I think that's what made them so interesting to me as a kid. Their actual cars were pretty lame, but their concept cars were wild. I need my electrical engineer Armo to confirm. Look at this thing that we'll never make. Yeah. Just to confirm that I'm barking up the right tree here. So you won't need a very long wire. You're going to be mounted pretty much exactly where the plug is. This might actually even just be enough. So it skips the igniter versus it used to pass through it. So we're just going to take any old section of black wire here. Perfect. Release. Release the wire. I said release it. Oh, that's a whole spool. Let me not unspool this whole spool. For one little section of wire. The pass-through was only physical. I think when you looked at the guts, the black was only connected to black. Yes, that was indeed the case. So yeah, I'm just going to make that nice and tiny. Let me cut that back further. That's a little better. Gosh, that's still pretty corroded. I'll switch with you. Come do my Legos and I'll do your wiring. I know that's not true. There's nothing you hate more than wiring. Especially modern, well, modern by your definition, modern car wiring. There we go, that's looking better. That's better. Right. Now my other blade. Only give it a squish. Squish. Squash. Shrink it. Okay. It's much easier when you were 5. Oh, you. Oh, you. See, you gotta stay with that stuff, or your brain gets too solidified. That's why Lego is made of plastic, so that you can keep your brain plastic. Oh, are you just gonna butt connect these? Is that what we're gonna do? It's not what I'd like to do, but it might be what we're doing. Oh, break out the soldering iron. I think I might break out the soldering iron. Sorry, Brett. So this is just going to go to a little plug, and this will go to the other side of that plug. So where does this thing get power from? Or is that it? Or I guess this black one might be hot. It's possible. Just gonna wire it how it says, and then the middle one here needs a grounded eyelet. The black is 12 volt positive. Should have known. I should have known they would do that. Okay, well, it should work for what we're doing. And yeah, that will work. Okay. That's gonna be relatively close, but I'm gonna put a good amount of wire on it just for the sake of, we can make it shorter, but it's hard to make it longer. Oh, welcome home. Sanitarium. But just ask specific questions, because I don't want to info dump you. Yeah, if I have a question, I will ask you a specific question, but mostly I'm just talking out loud at this point. Just to, nope, that's a bad connector. Already done used it. So far, I think I'm on the same page. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Right. So this middle one. Yeah. Find my iron. Might be under the desk here. That one we know for sure. Yep, that one we know for sure is just going to be grounded, so it's not really any changes that are going to happen to that one. Let's see. Do we know where it's at? Use your thinking brain. Where did you leave the iron? Oh, there it is. I see it. Jumped out that thing of bolts onto here. In fact, let's clean that up. Loud noise. It has a mount for the igniter. I mean, maybe. But that other igniter already shipped, so it'll be here someday. It should be pretty easy, just to bend a little piece of metal to go into that. I would think. I would be wrong, but that's what I would think. In while it's sitting there. Okay, that's a bit better. Guy needs a little room. Yeah, it really only needs one. Probably literally just never noticed that the other ones aren't there. Especially with this upgrade, apparently. This upgrade is apparently just good for making them run better. So we hear. So we hear. Sorry, I just need to clean up a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. A little room to work. Old coils going box. Plug available. Oddly, I do not. Guess it's gonna be you. It's working, and your temperature is that pretty high? Good. Hey, Paul. Paul's the real YouTube streamer around here. It's like he didn't spend 10 years constantly trying to divide his audience out. Okay. I feel better. Now I've got some room to actually breathe and work. Let's see, I've got some heat shrink tube. I've even got black and blue. Happy days. Happy days. Do I know where my extension cord is off the top of my nose? Nope. but I can use this one. Oh yeah, I was gonna increase the size of that too. Kidoki. Hands are cold. My ring finger will be white in no time. All right, well, that's doing its warming up. Let's run through this. Okay, so this is going to get this and plug into the harness. This will get that and plug into the harness. This will get this and go to a chassis ground. And that's it. Wait, where does this go? This goes to the coil. Oh, this goes to the blue coil? Yeah, this one goes to blue coil. So I'm gonna change that color from black to blue right here. So I'll get another section of blue. Let me look at my phone, double check that. Yeah, so this one goes to the, oh, yeah, this one's gonna go to this. Got it. Okay, so yeah, just a little section of blue, which I have right here. Because I'm gonna try and keep this pretty close to the coil. And for tonight, I might even just like, mount it. I'll look for a little piece of metal. Let me do that. Let me do that. Just so I know if I can do it that way. What do we have over here in the scrap pile? Well, I do have that piece of flat bar. That might work. It's probably a little hard for me to... Might be a little hard for me to... Bend. Bend is the word. Okay. All right, so I've got this piece here. If I can put a 90-degree bend in this, this would work. And then 2 holes to go right there. That would work. Can I even get those screws out though? I'm not sure. Yeah, if it's flipped, then it'll only run in Australia. That's the truth. That's just how it is. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get some of this going just so I have less loose ends. Less things to screw up and forget. Boy, those are sharp. All right. It'll probably run for a bit without overheating. You mean just floating? So it only uses the mounting as a heatsink. It doesn't use it as a ground at all. Prospects are, well, we're just kind of plugging away at it. So, no real determination on whether it's going well or not. It seems like we've got the right stuff. The old one grounded through the body. I gotcha. I gotcha. All right. Right. And okay. Just breathe in that lead. Luckily my brain has finished. We are basically doing a modification that has existed for years for Z31s that had a similar igniter setup, and we're trying it on this engine, which required just a little bit of rewiring to see if it will both modernize the ignition system a bit and get rid of having to pay exorbitant expensive parts for, you know, parts that are super old and don't work anyway. So it's, we'll call it OEM Plus. I think that's the term. All right, now this one goes to the ECU. Bye. Why I stripped these so short. OEM-ish. Yeah, we're upgrading all the way to the 90s. I think the advantage is, unlike the one for the 200, the one on the 90s was used on a lot of vehicles. Instead of being so particularly, you know, matched just to that car, just a few cars. And they made a lot more cars in the 90s too. So there's some hope of those parts actually being available. And they're known to be reliable too. Like, I never had one fail in the 240. I've never had any coil or igniter failures on a 240. I don't know that I had an ignition failure of any kind on a 240. It was always the fuel side that failed. Also, I don't know about you, but I don't remember those burning out either. Oh, yeah, I guess that's what I was just saying. Yeah, I don't think I ever had an issue. With that. Now, we need this guy to go to this guy that goes to the plug of the car. Yes, coil to harness. I feel like I'm building the Death Star. That would be a lot of Lego. Ooh, it's, I can see my breath temperature out here. Oh yeah, it's down to 50 degrees already. Cool. Oh, let's not forget our heat shrink tube. Paul's like 50 degrees. That's sweltering. Put the air on. Oops. ZK's like 50 degrees. It's a refrigerator. How are you living? Okay. Oh, it's K. My garage was almost 80 this weekend with the bronze thing. I guess I just gotta get into schmelting, huh? So, if we got that to mount to that, these two would go together. Yeah, that's about right. And then this one would go to this one. So we just need a little loop of blue wire, which we have. It's just a reflection of the solder. What do we see? Is your phone screen broken? Oh, I see. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I just watched Paul stream the other day. Paul is in the top 10 people category. Did you get bumped down? Oh, you did. Well, now I gotta wait for that to heat up. Lazy. Lazy's probably not the word. Preoccupied, maybe. Distracted, maybe. Lazy, probably not. wonder if my sub badge scares people away. Can you just remove that thing? I should just remove that thing. Okay, you heat it up now? I gave you 30 seconds. Come on, how did you not heat up in 30 seconds? How can that be? Yeah. No more just ingesting as much caffeine as you can and making do with it. Those days are gone, my friend. Every time I get a new soldering iron, I'm shocked at how fast they heat. Every time I get one, I get the most Amazon Basics ones possible. And then they don't do great. It's weird. Because every time I'm like, how much wiring do I even do? And then I end up doing a bunch of wiring. I haven't touched it since I moved it here. Next one, just buy the pencil. USB-C powered, $26. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, that should be good. Yeah, probably just make it about this long. I am just kind of glad to be working with my hands again, even if it's, you know, not advantageously career-y. This is the stuff that just makes me feel like I'm still doing things I like to do. Oh, I melted them. Whoopsies. Better that than my hand. You know what the smell of that? It smells like, I don't know why, but it smells like Camino's El Camino. Like really old oil burning off an exhaust manifold. Yeah, keeping things running is definitely a really important part of keeping on top of projects. That's why I always strived to keep the ramp truck running. Any project that had it, you know, unable to run had to be done ASAP. And the fact that I have to use it to haul the trash really helps with that. Give it a purpose or it becomes art. Well, never ran at all. I think he means Paul's van. It's happening again. I like art. I like whales. Okay, you know his art. Now everybody's coming out of the woodworks. All right. Can we, I think we can unplug the iron. Can we get those screws out, and can we make ourselves a nice little bracket there? I don't think those screws are just going to come out on their own, but I'll give it a try. Impact driver would do it. Ooh, well, one. We got one. The other one looks a little rougher. Look at the amount of corrosion in those threads. That's wild. Look at the muscles on that guy. You know it. Oh. So my favorite trick with these, I learned this getting 240 injector caps off. Just don't even bother trying to mess with the screw head. Just get some vice grips. Make sure they're pretty tight. Tighter than that. The impact's just going to strip it out. I guarantee it. I'll do it. I'll do it for you. Yep. Just destroyed it instantly. All right. Okay, that should be better. And then, oh, that's real stuck. This might be grinder 30, but I really want the whole thing to come out. I could try. I saw somebody in chat say this. Try to like twist the frame or twist the bracket. You did that on purpose. I guarantee you I didn't. But I don't know that that's gonna happen. Oh, it is. The good news is I did, in fact, twist it off. The bad news is the screw broke. We'll see if we can manage to like, oh boy, it's so corroded that might not happen. I mean, I don't have a screw that's this size anyway, and I don't think that's the right size for anything. I bet the impact broke it. Yeah, sounds right. Yeah, that's real bad. That is just real bad. I think we're just going to be drilling that out. Let's go ahead and disconnect that. Let's go ahead and... I don't think this was the one that was terribly difficult to remove. I don't really remember either. Or is this the one that we had to like hammer in place? I think we should test the wiring before dealing with the bracket. I guess, all right. I guess. In my head, that feels wrong because the thing's not like physically grounded. But if you say that's not a problem, I'm gonna believe you. So we'll deal with that afterwards. All right, we're gonna go to body camera while we're working in the car. Just gonna have to deal with it. Chico, I don't know why nobody wants to watch you. Maybe it's because you're a jerk. I'll try to move diligently. All right. Let's go ahead and get this mounted in the car. See if any of the pins have continuity to the base. See if any of the pins have continuity to the base? You mean this? There's my bracket. Can you see that? Yeah. Yeah, you can. Okay. Where's that baby at? I need another set of hands. No. This is the one that I'm curious about. Nope. No. None of them do. So ZK is right. There should be no relation to ground there. Okay. So this should mount in here, just like so. Okay. And that goes down to there. Oh, and so does my other one too. Okay. So I will need that harness over here. Yeah, and I mean, that's a pretty big chunk, so that should act as a decent heat sink for a while. I don't really see anywhere else that I want to put that at the moment. So I think what I'm going to do is just here, let's try to make this easier on ourselves. I need more hands. I need more hands. All right. Put that through there. Put that through there. Where's the screwdriver? I mean, this car has no water in it anyway, so it's not like I'm going to be leaving it idling for any length of time. We just want to hear it go vroom. Actually, really all we want to hear is it go sputter. We don't even care if it goes vroom. I would be okay with a cough. You little bugger. Where did you go? Right there. I sees it. My magnet's not strong enough. Magnet, be stronger. Alright. Here we go again. So you through you, you through you. Hold that in place. Put it onto there. And screw. Why does that feel like it's not going? There it goes. Right, now the same deal here with the factory wire. That almost dropped into the turbo. That would have been no good. Of all these rusty screws. Luckily, rust is very naturally grounding. Boy, it's pretty framey over there, huh? How sure are we the turbo is clean inside? We're not, but we've also spun it over and the turbo didn't make terrible noises, so I'm fairly well convinced. Okay, that looks good. I don't know why it's so framey. Oh, it's framey on there. Are you like overheating or something? It can't be, it's freezing out here. Couldn't be any closer to the router. Is this just DroidCam being DroidCam? Okay. So, what we have is this going to this. Tack signal. This going into the coil. Now here, this is where it's a little dicey. We need to know which is which here. And I don't know how to know. So we're gonna go refer to the chart and see if there's any ideas there. Boy, it looks awful. The other cam is fine. Yeah, it's just the phone. That looks okay. Oh, actually, it looks okay on the phone, but it looks wrong on there. Oh, that looks better. I don't know. Unless I'm just using too much of the Wi-Fi in here, I don't know. Inspect the other coil. All right, for the wiring. So help me, chat. Oh, hi. So on this one, I don't see how that's going to help us, because I can't see which wire goes to what without killing this connector. Like, that's the way it goes. It's too bright, you can't see. But I don't fully understand what good knowing that does us. It's also nice having my own little personal flashlight here. So, yeah, I don't know how we're gonna do that without destroying that connector. Easier to check the 12 volt, so let's do that first. So using the meter or the power probe, be easier. Check which of those is 12 volt ignition. Nobody's plugged in, nobody's plugged in. Beep. And key on for that, I assume. All right, I hear a fuel pump going. That one's hot. All right, they're both hot. Oh no. Well, should we over here too? Hot. Not. Wait, what? Hot. Hot. That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right. Uh-oh. Yeah, is that why the coils are dying? Because they're getting 12 volts to both sides? Well, well, well. Guess we should have checked that in the first test, huh? It's too hot. It's just too hot. Why would that be? How could that be? How could that be? I don't know. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. The one that isn't hot should go straight to the ECU, which should ground it. Yeah, the exhaust coil currently only has one hot. And they're not hot all the time, right? Ground, ground, okay, same here. Ground, ground. I'm gonna cycle the key through. Sell an accessory. Ground, 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 ground. Let's just double check here. Different voltages. Do we have a blown ECU? Technically not NetBlitzer, because when I can tell, from what I can tell, it won't start with the exhaust side one. The exhaust side one only comes in after a certain RPM, which is why it didn't used to work when they had just hooked the exhaust coil up. Alright, so I've unhooked the ECU from the engine harness. And now there's just no connection to those wires. One side still gets hot, but the other side just has no connection. Hey, Tom. At least we know why the other people gave up, yeah. I don't know where that leaves us, though. Could the ECU just not be grounding? Well, one of them would. If neither of them were working, yeah, sure. Could the circuit have exploded inside? It should be no connection for both intake and exhaust. It was no connection for both intake and exhaust. Both of them had coil power, but neither of them had ECU power with the ECU unplugged. Like, I don't see any splices in this harness or anything to lead me to believe, no, that they've crossed or anything like that. And it's weird that one has a different voltage than the other. Open up the ECU case just to make sure there's not a huge stain. Also, I mean, when plugged in, I think they should both be no connection, but that's just me not understanding how coils work. Okay. Well, one is certainly to ground, and one is certainly to positive. I mean, it's gotten a little wet in places, but I've seen much worse. Surgery station. And that's why that coil was getting so hot, because it was jammed wide open. Oh boy. Oh boy. Might have gotten more water in it than I thought. That's not good. It completes the story. Well, I don't know if it completes the story, but it certainly adds another chapter. Hello? Anything? No. I mean, I'm not thinking that, or I wasn't thinking that. I'd like it to just run OEM style. That's what I would like. Really? No, let me put it back so that it frustrates me on some future occasion. Oh, way to go, CBB. So smart. Smart, humble baby. Yeah, guess I'm gonna keep working at it. I'm missing this? Curse you, Nissan. Should probably never do it again. Is just trying to strip. Alright, well, let's take the rest of them out. Maybe we can do the trick that broke the other screw. Failed successfully. That's just in there now. Three is plenty. They just welded. Alright. That actually so far looks remarkably clean. Yeah, that looks really good. Of course, we have to look the other side. Oh no, just close that back up. I am actually going to do that because I'm going to open it from the other side now. I can get this out. Oh, just came right out. Might be a bunch of stuff on top of that that we have to take off. Let me just take the other side off. Good luck finding that diagram. Wow, I didn't realize they printed. I didn't realize they printed the codes on the actual ECU cover. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, what do we got here? A little bit more corrosion on this side, but it's really just dust. I think we're gonna have to pull one side of this board in order to see anything. Actually, yeah, it looks really clean. I was just looking to see if we saw any burnt connections, which I don't see, but it doesn't mean that it's not a cap that has exploded or something like that. We'll see how free this side is. If it feels bad, we'll do the other side. Okay, it's a big ribbon. This is actually really an easy board to work on. Everything's so big. Man, look at the shmoo around that guy. Hopefully it's not that that's busted. Well, so far no obvious explosions. Yeah, this is basically brand new in here. Doesn't mean that a short didn't happen and, you know, a cap exploded. But it's not going to be corrosion damage, that's for damn sure. Pin 5 is the one that's getting power that shouldn't be. All right, how do we determine pin 5? Well, those codes aren't going to do anything because it doesn't run. So it's not going to have anything on it. Right, yeah. That's my thought too. Either a relay, is there a relay in that system, or is there a wire that's gotten crossed up somewhere? We figured out how to tell which pin is which the other day. I think we just gotta do some research. I'm still just visually inspecting. There is a spider web in there. As clean as it is, a spider did get in there. And they hatched. They are out in the world now. Yeah, for the driver signal, there should be no relay. You're right. I would check those big 3-pin ICs. I don't know what you're talking about. Great, now there's gonna be electric spiders. I think I remember this scene in Grounded. Well, that I'll have it fixed, right? Pin out and content, thank you. Okay. There's a median connector between the ECU and the coil harness. All right. So 5 is on the top. Oh, that's the other way around. Wait, what? It doesn't make any sense. What? I guess this is just upside down, but then the connectors are upside down. What? It doesn't make any sense. That's the right. Huh. Weird. Well, now I don't know how to count it though. Like they have, you see how they have the clips pointing up? But the 3 one is here. This is the middle one and that's the right one. So how do I know what the heck is, I mean, I'm gonna assume it would be from the right here. Oops, sorry. From the right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's from the harness side versus. Well, luckily it's 5, so it's going to be the middle top. Well, no, it could be the middle bottom. I'm going to say it's going to be the middle top. So that would mean, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 is our guy there, and 5 goes straight down into the board to the other side. Oh, is it? I mean, that makes sense. But good Lord, trying to find that sucker. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I don't think that's just going to happen on the fly here. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know where to go from here. You say there's a mediary connector somewhere? Might be worth checking the voltage of the pins on the ECU while powered, but no harness. How the hell would I do that? We did check all the pins on the ECU. No, we checked all the pins on the harness side. We didn't check them on the, we haven't checked them on the ECU side. Probe the pins. What am I probing them for? Continuity? Continuity what? We're supposed to have continuity. I don't know. How do you power it without plugging it in is the question. It does sound like quite a pickle. Oh. Check the pins on the harness. Well, we did check the pins on the harness. Remember? We checked the pins on the harness for continuity. As part of the factory manual test. Unless that's not what you mean. So it has to come from the ECU. Well, we didn't check the voltage of it, we just checked that it had continuity. I've done a little bit of tracing of the harness. It's pretty deep though. It gets pretty deep into this main loom right here. And the loom looks fantastic. Like there is zero signs of damage to that loom. And it's never been messed with. I'm not saying that means that it's not got anything wrong with it, especially knowing Nissan looms, but I wouldn't know where to begin to look. Now it is here. It goes that way. Where does it go through the firewall? Where does it go through the firewall? That's a good question. Like if it comes out to here and it goes down to there, how the heck does it get there? I don't know the answer to that at the moment, because there's a stinking turbocharger in the way. Whose idea was that? Does it like pop outside to do that? Oh, I wouldn't know. And are we certain that it has nothing to do with these two or these three relays? That are not mounted anywhere, but Nissan doesn't. These are all, yeah, those don't ground because they have plastic housing, so there's no way they ground. Okay. So that goes up over there. Where the heck do you go? Goes down onto the engine, which makes sense. Does it? Does it actually propagate from here? I think so. I think it comes from outside. Yep, it goes through here. And then up through here. And through the fender and to the car. Got it. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. So our mysterious wires are from there, and they're coming from right there. Okay. Yeah, it all looks like it's gonna be just fine and dandy. Let me see if there's anything in chat. If not the wires to the connector isn't connected, that 100 volt is coming either from the ECU or a fault in the harness. You can also check each pin in the harness for continuity to every other pin. Okay, that makes sense. But I would have to know which pin. We think it's 5, right? Is that right? 5 is the pin we think is hot but shouldn't be. So we need to go in the car and check 5 to other pins and see if they're crossing the streams. It seems like wildly unlikely, but I'm willing to give it a shot. Now I gotta try and remember which is which here. that one. Oh yeah, I gotta get my piece of wire too. Did I leave that in here by chance? I did. This car smells like cat pee. Have I mentioned that? I don't know that I've mentioned that. I know this looks real scary right here, but it's honestly just the ground lug. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. And then I need to get another piece of wire like that to continue that test. The ground lug that's potentially not grounding the ECU. Well, it's all just a mass of wires. Like, they're all connected. I checked it out. That's the... If you check continuity between the two pins, it'll at least see if there's a short in the ignition coil connector. Yeah, it's just where all the grounds are spliced together. It's the factory. It's not been modified. It's just that the tape on it has gotten, you know, crappy. But it's the factory setup. It looks just like the one on the 240, or the factory 240 harness. So, no, I don't foresee any issues with it there. We would have seen the short with the ECU disconnected. If the two pins were shorted together, then both would have been hot. Wouldn't hurt to check though. Meter in ohms between the two pins on the harness. Plug in the ECU, do it again. So we're talking out in the engine bay. Out in the BAE. All right, I'm gonna remove that so we don't leave it in. You know, I didn't realize just how handy having simply the magnet on this little thing would be. Like, really, I think what I need is just a magnetic phone holder. Okay. Sorry, I know the view is crappy. All right, so from this pin to this pin. No continuity. So now we need to put the ECU back together and try it again. So I'll do that carefully. Sometimes all you need is a magnet. Measure resistance in ohms. Well, it had 0, or well, it had open, so not 0. 0 is not open. Open is not 0. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know that the ECU is the right ECU for the car. And that someone hasn't gone in and replaced it already. It would really blow my expectations if the ECU actually had a fault. But my expectations are blown all the time. See you, sweet one. very lucky that we tested it before plugging it in, or we would have burned out that coil, or burn out that. It was 11.3 and 11.5. Those were the two numbers. It's close, but not exactly the same, right? I can't imagine any voltage would ever be good. If I remember how our coils work. Now granted, this coil is different than the ones we worked with, so could be wrong. It also kind of makes sense that the exhaust and the intake coil would have different powers, because only one of them works on startup, or only one of them works all the time. Like, the exhaust one does not work until 4,000 or 5,000 RPM or something like that. So are we just incorrect about our assumptions? On the underside of the hood. So far it's just beer, I think. Just beer today. It's gonna be Beer's car. Get doxed. I don't know. I don't know why sometimes it gets out of order. Okay. So now we plug the ECU back in. Now the 240 never cared about the ECU being mounted for it to work. It wasn't grounded through the case, so I'm going to assume it's the same here. Pin 114 seems to be the 12 volt for the ECU. Okay. 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 So now, with the ECU plugged in, we have continuity between those two. In fact, we have 793, 790. Pretty much a steady 790. And on the other one, we have none. It's open. Oh, not correct. We have 790. What? Okay, so they both have 790. Did anybody expect that result? Because I sure didn't. Sorry that you can't see the meter. Hold on. you still not see the meter? Oh, you can, but there's a wire through it. So both coils have the same continuity between them. So are we just wrong about our assumption of which is grounded and which isn't? Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. It's the same. It's the same. What does this mean? So maybe it's active low. ECU pulls the driver line to ground to fire. Oh. Rationally decisive, thank you. 2 names today. All right, so could be normal then? Do we risky for the bisky and plug it in and see if fire happens? Of course, now we have to go back to this point where we still don't know which is which. I still don't know which to plug into which. Considering, hey TJ, considering it gets 12 volts to both sides, it probably wouldn't matter if we got them backwards. It just wouldn't work. And then when it didn't work, we'd flip them. But that's just me talking here. No, it does, okay. So how do we determine which goes where? Well, on the exhaust side, the one that has ground, well, we still don't really know because we can't see what's going on in this connector. Should I just murder this boot to find out? So the voltage difference between the pins 0 on one and 12 on the other. No murder boot. Okay, I won't murder boot. Let me run the test again, just to make sure nothing's changed. So, on the intake one, 11.3, 11.5. On the exhaust, 11.5 and 0 ground. Bottom one being 11.5 on both. So the bottom, or I guess the top of the T, if you will, top of the T is 11.5 on both. And the leg of the T is ground on that one, and 11.3 on that one. So what I would assume by that is that the leg of the T is the ECU connection, because it's not just a straight battery connection. Battery is 11.5. Yeah, I mean 11.6, but you know. Okay, so that matches what I assumed it was. And what I figured from what you showed the other day of the guts. My guts. Are we below 50? No, we actually raised up a degree, but I'm still getting colder. So, does that mean my brain says currently the blue will be the leg and the black is the top. Bottom, oh wait. So don't I have this connector somewhere? No, I didn't cut any of those off. Here, I'll just show you. I'll just show you what I think. All right, let's get it nice and close. Battery's dying on my phone. So here's our connector. And this is what I consider the T. The top of the T, the flat part, is where I want to put the black wire. The leg of the T is where I want to put the blue wire. Is that your current theory as well? Do our theories match? Yes. Make sure key is off. Key is off. So blue into that. Black into, wait, that's actually opposite of what I was thinking, right? Hold on a sec, hold on a sec. Yeah, because I saw this one was the constant power, and this one's the switched power. That's what I was thinking. So this one would be blue, and this one is black. He says, maybe I got myself switched up. So, blue here. I'm gonna do it that way and then wait for approval. So, this one, this black wire is coming directly into the coil. The blue wire is going into the igniter. Does that make any sense? I don't understand how that makes any sense. Like, how does it? I don't know. I don't know. That's how I currently have it, though. So, okay, yes, that is what ZK is saying too. So, straight up and down, blue. Across, black. Do we remember which coil wire is which? Well, it's got to be this one. You kept saying the correct thing, then you did the opposite. I think that looks right. The battery constant goes to the coil. Yes, that is how it is currently wired in theory. And refresh my memory. This is the intake, and this is the exhaust. No, that might not be right. I think this might be the intake here, because it's the longer one. I don't know. It says on there, but good Lord, if I could see in there. Oh, it says it right there, I think. Does that say E? It does, right? That's an E? I'm pretty sure that's an E. Can I quickly? Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Yeah. Okay. You guys are going in for close-ups. And does that say I? I can't read nothing on there. EX for sure, right? Yeah. And then EX. I don't see where it says it on the intake one. So we're just gonna have to go with assumptions. Oh, did I just ruin that? Kinda did. Out of all of that, what I got is, this is the exhaust, which is what I plugged in. And this is the intake, which is what we want. Where's the exhaust, like in person? Do we send it? Okay, yeah, I will just feel the igniter to make sure it's not like incredibly hot immediately. I'm gonna put it up here just in case it lets the smoke out immediately, because that'll be good for video. I'm gonna wait for ZK to say, no, don't, before I turn it on. Everybody hold on to your butts. He didn't say anything. What happened? How did I set an alarm? How did that happen? No, stop. Google. It gained temperature. It is warmer. Like, it is warm. I wouldn't say it's super hot, but it's warm. Is that in itself concerning? Kinda. Kinda. Oh, Coil as well. Coil didn't gain temperature. Coil's cool. It probably shouldn't increase in temp just sitting there. Oh, it definitely did. Yeah, it's like hot to the touch. It feels good on my hands. So we're gonna say that's a failure. Yeah, I turned it off. Well, Well, I don't know where we go from there. I'm sure we'll figure it out, but I am currently stumpus. When the ECU was disconnected, was there continuity between the pins at all? On both there was. Oh, disconnected? No. When it was disconnected, there was no continuity between either pins, either set of pins. But with it connected, there was the same amount of resistance between both sets. So it's very, yeah, I would say it's very unlikely that it's the harness. Whether or not it's the ECU, it's still, that still seems wildly unlikely to me, but disconnect the igniter for now. Feels good on my cold hands. I meant the two pins, but that's probably fine. Oh, well, yeah, this would disconnect the whole thing, right? I mean, I unhook the battery every night anyway, so. I don't think there's anything in between, Smedge. I could be wrong, but I don't think there's anything in between. I think that's straight wired into the ECU. Because they're signal wires. One funny plug for the ECU should power it. We can see if there's 12 volt on the pin 5 of the ECU. How can we do that? How can we do that? Pull out the ECU. The one funny plug should power the ECU. Oh, so leave the 3-row connector in. And pull the middle one in order to measure the ECU. So this one should power the ECU. And then pull these two out. And then we need the multimeter, or actually the power probe will do. Just to be careful not to send power to it. With key on, right? Oh no, my speaker cover's broken. Ah, jeez. It's ruined. I'm going to zoom with the ECU on. Or with the key on, I mean. So nothing should happen, right? Yeah. Okay. And then from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there one more over there? Oh, there is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. No, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, there is currently no power to pin 5. The one next to it has 0.1. Ooh, that scared me. Some of them are grounded. I'm not seeing any connection. Nothing to that pin. That pin has nothing going on. That is in run. Yes, that is in run. Check pin 5 on the harness side. That's not my thing. Where'd my wire go? There it is. It's stuck in the floor mat. There we go. You. Let's turn power off. We're doing that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Okay, power on. Nothing. Nada. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing on either side. I'm only partially assuming, well, it sends power to other devices. Other pins have power, so it must be. That didn't make no sense. Now, I have the igniter unplugged. That shouldn't matter. That shouldn't matter. Because they were both hot. They were both hot regardless of whether it was plugged in or not. And between those two, with it unplugged, there's no continuity. Correct. Correct. You sure it's the right pin 5 you check in? Well, I mean, it's the middle of the middle connector, and I checked top and bottom. So actually I checked every pin in the middle connector, and no pins have 12 volts anywhere. Some have ground, some have like 0.1, 0.2. But nobody has 12 volts. Nobody. It's a little bit weird to me that this time around the igniter got hot, last time around the coil got hot. Odd the full voltage isn't making it there. Yeah. So does that mean that the ECU is taking input from somewhere else? Is it? I don't know. I'm not going to try to understand. Well, the old igniter was blown. So we think. Oh, right, it tested bad. That's right. Both tested bad. Which makes sense if they were both plugged in to this one being blown. That would be normal, but that's not what we're seeing. So, is the test you want to do cutting the pin 5 wire and just running that wire up to here and plugging it into the blue? Plug in the middle connector and check the 2-pin connector. Like we have been doing, you mean? But I'm not going to plug in the last connector. So pull that out. And we plug this in. And we turn it on. Okay, no fuel pump without that other one plugged in. Now we take the probe. And what do we have? We have 11.6, and we have nothing. Yeah, we have nothing on that one. Oh wait, no, we have 0. Yeah, we have a connection, but it's just 0. It's not grounded. Yeah, they're both showing the same now. So without the third set plugged in, all right, brain, figure this out. Without the third set plugged in, they're both showing the same voltages. So whatever is causing that to happen is in the third set. However, the third set is also what turns the fuel pump on. Now connect the third one and confirm that it goes back to how it was. Okay, we have fuel pump. $11.5. 11.2. Yes, exactly the same. Yep, exactly the same. Is all the grounds on the third one? I want to say yes. I would like to say yes. Let's see. Yeah. How about we pull that apart, huh? I might have been hasty on that call, that all looked fine. I mean, it looks normal, but it might not be fine. is kind of weird how it's all separated out. You think that's, huh? I mean, that's a factory crimp right there. Let me get my light so I can really see. Yeah, I suspect we're not the first ones to be looking at this. And I do suspect someone put that electrical tape on there. But that's factory up there. Somebody also put some electrical tape up there. Hey, ZK, look! Remember these that we were trying to find? Ah, it's only the female end, F. All right, so what do we have there? It's actually a bit cut up right there. Not really. Try to find that little one. I mean, they all go in. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna test this to see if it's good or not. Like, yeah, somebody added this, and I don't know why. Or did they? That might be factory. Doesn't feel like regular old electrical tape. Feels like loom wrap. Just like that. Yeah, that's all factory there. This is supposed to have a big connector over it. Or maybe it's just supposed to have electrical tape over it. I'm not sure. But again, just like I saw the first time I looked at this, I don't see any bad connections there. I don't see any missed connections. You need chat in the car, huh? Yeah. Personally, my only next thought is to plug in the connectors 1 and 3. Plug it in, connectors 1 and 3, and check for the 12 volt on pin 5. Okay, let's do that. Personally, I think that ground situation is fine, and I think that is pretty much how it was from the factory. I don't think anyone's added this wire in or anything like that. I think that's all factory wiring. Somebody probably tried to put some electrical tape over it because they saw that it was exposed. But that's just old wire loom wrap that's failed. So in goes 1. In goes 3. It's going to be a little hard to reach. And I'm going to check for 5 volts on 5 somehow. It's not going to be easy, but I'll try it. I'm going to do key on now. I'm going to check under the hood first. And we have 11.5 and nothing, which makes sense. So that confirms that that wire is on the middle connector. Now can we? Yes. $11.3. 11.3 on pin 5. Whew. Well, that was easy enough to check. That's great news. That means we have no idea what's wrong. Oh no. So the ECU is unhappy. So having connector 3 in is what makes the ECU output an on signal. Gotcha. So is the ECU unhappy because something's wrong in the ECU, or is the ECU unhappy because it's getting a wrong input from somewhere? I cannot afford to standalone the thing right now. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. We are going to get to the bottom of this somehow. So I think that's as far as we're going to get tonight. There should never be a positive voltage on pin 5. I guess we scour eBay for an ECU. I don't think that's going to be easy. Well, I was really hoping for a little victory tonight, but sometimes that's just how it be. Can use the 240 ECU. Completely different. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like one of the wires is in series with 3 other parts of the circuit. Doesn't pin 5 have to go high to turn on the transistor? Who had the ECU part number? Part of me wants to plug it in, plug in the igniter, and try to start the thing. Part of me still wants to do that. I realize that's probably a bad part of me that wants to do that. But part of me wants to do that. I know that it's weird that the igniter is getting hot, but I would like to see if it's still just nothing happening or if something happenings. Because if something happenings, that's a very different result than nothing happenings. If it lets the smoke out, I've got another one of these on the way. And this is actually the cheap part. I just know I'm not going to sleep well tonight unless I try this. Let me clear everything. Make sure I don't have wires in the fan or anything crazy. No. It's all clear. Oh, yeah. I don't have the MAF plugged in, so it won't do nothing, even if it did work. sure that's short. Should be good. Here goes nothing. Okay, I'm satisfied in that result being that we're still where we were. I'm satisfied. I don't think we burnt anything up. No, it didn't really even get hot. I think it got warm again, but not hot. I'm good with leaving it there for tonight. Did we check the fuse box? Yeah, non-turbo ECU isn't going to do us any good. We have checked the fuse box, but I can't imagine if blown fuse being the reason something's getting voltage. Know what I mean? It has to be the right ECU though. Is it 1 year or 2 year that this car will have the same? Take a picture of the part number of the ECU. I think that non-turbo was listed wrong. Ca18 611 474 4801. Yeah, I think I'm out of time, and I'm out of anything to try. So, battery is disconnected. I'll go ahead and disconnect that coil too, just for redundancy's sake. Redundant safety. I certainly didn't hear it do anything. I think that's what we're up to. The ECU is putting out voltage to a pin that should never have any voltage. It should be a grounded pin, and that's not good. And that's sending 12 volt power to the wrong side of the coil, and that's probably why it kept burning up, or sorry, the wrong side of the igniter, and that's probably why it kept burning up igniters. So I think that's where we're at. We have to hope we can find an ECU. And then hope that that actually fixes it. A lot of hoping. A lot of hoping. The AC check could work just from the 2-pin. The input is meant to be ground, might be 12 volt. So the ECU sends 12 volt, not ground. Right, that's what I was thinking, Isaac. I was like, is it that the ECU is wrong, or is it getting bad intel from somewhere? Don't think they do that kind of stuff for these, unfortunately. The Chevy ones, the GM ones were interchanged enough. These were very specific per car, because it also controls chassis stuff. All right, well, I'll get out of here. We'll discuss this further on Discord. Let me write 2 names. It's not pulsating, it's constant power currently. I wish it was easier to see these supers. Okay, so. Beer. What's today? 17. 23. And irrationally indecisive. That's going to be easy to write. Decisive. You two can both have the honor of being on the car on the day in which nothing happened. All right, well, good night, everybody. What if you just ground the cable that's supposed to be grounded just to see if it fires up? It wouldn't have any ECU signal then. It would have no pulse. You know, it wouldn't have any, because the other one's just a dummy line. Like the other one's just a literal power. So. I wouldn't see that working. Project car things. It is project car things. Yeah, I feel like we did a lot of good learning. I think we've gotten a lot more information about why the car stopped running. That's still making the coil fire just all the time. Oh, well, I don't think that's a good idea. I feel like that's a bad idea. That's how you get an every cylinder misfire and burn out a coil. All right, for realsies. All spark all the time. Wasted spark? Yeah, waste all the spark. We'll get to the bottom of it next time. Probably not, but you know, we'll try.